It's just one person like saying something like that puts self-doubt in you, and then you're like, okay, you know.
And that hit me. So my first bout of depression was down there in Miami.
Yeah, everyone said it was a failure. Like,
A YouTuber worth hundreds of millions. A wrestler turned Hollywood's biggest action star, the most decorated Olympian who ever lived. By every outside measure, all three of these men have already made it, and all three just told you on camera that making it didn't make the weight go away. It just changed who was pressing down on them.
It was when you have the pressure of your parents and stuff, and I don't know, I'm weird. Like when my mom would, I mean, as sad as it sounds, like she would literally cry sometimes and be like, man, I'm just so worried you're gonna lose everything. Like, what if these videos stop getting views? And I don't know what would come over me, but I'd be like, it'll be fine, Mom, don't worry. And I just like very calmly just say it to her. I wouldn't argue with her. I'd be like, just have faith. Like,
well, you were right.
I know, and we're great now.
But it's up to parents. Parents always worry about their kids.
Exactly. So I don't think it's like she was doing anything wrong. By all purposes, like she was doing the right thing. It's just, so you also have to overcome that pressure as well, because there's so many forces around you where even if you believe in yourself, all it takes is one person like saying something like that puts self-doubt in you, and then you're like, okay, you know.
That's MrBeast, the biggest creator on the planet, someone whose entire life looks like a highlight reel from the outside. And he just told you the pressure doesn't only come from strangers online. Sometimes it comes from the person who loves you most, terrified you're about to lose it all. Dwayne Johnson found the exact same pressure somewhere nobody was watching yet, before any of this was guaranteed.
I was in a middle drill with Mario Cristobal, who's now the head coach down in Miami. Down into the ground, my whole shoulder came out, and I had to have a complete reconstruction done. But that sent me in a tailspin. And that hit me. And so my first bout of depression was down there in Miami. You didn't want to go to school. I was ready to leave. I left school. I didn't take any midterms, and I just left. But the interesting thing at that time is I just didn't know what it was. I didn't know what mental health was. I didn't know what depression was. I just knew I didn't want to be there. Wasn't going to any of the team meetings. Wasn't, participating in anything. I wasn't working out. And
That's Dwayne Johnson before he was The Rock, a kid with a blown-out shoulder and a dream that had just ended, calling it a depression before he even had a word for it. Michael Phelps didn't need his dream to end to feel this. He just needed to win 6 gold medals instead of 8.
Yeah, everyone said it was a failure. Like, for me, like I laugh about it, because how in somebody's right mind can they say that's a failure? Because there aren't many people on this planet that can say they're an Olympic gold medalist. And for me to be able to do that, it was a lifetime dream to just have that opportunity once. I had the chance to have it 6 times there, well 8 times there, I just fell short in the other 2. But that gave me the motivation clearly for the next 4 years.
So from 2000 to 2004,
6 golds, 2 bronzes, a number that would end most careers as a triumph, and the world called it a letdown anyway. That's the part that should actually scare you. Notice what's missing from all 3 of those clips: comfort. Here's the setup: none of these 3 signed up for. Success doesn't remove the pressure, it just changes who's applying it. For MrBeast, it's the people who love him, terrified he'll lose everything. For 19-year-old Dwayne Johnson, it's his own body, quitting on the one plan he had. For Michael Phelps, it's a world that will never, ever call 6 gold medals enough. The pitfall is thinking that if you just get big enough, or good enough, or golden enough, the pressure finally stops. It doesn't, it just puts on a nicer disguise. All that success buys you is a better view of exactly how far you have to fall.
Just the constant grind of work, it diminishes their enthusiasm, and they lose their perspective. They lose this perspective of, God, you're so fortunate to be able to do this.
Yeah.
You're so fortunate.
Exactly.
And people just get really complacent. It's so easy for people to just forget how fortunate they are to be able to do what they're doing.
Yeah.
And
I'll admit it, sometimes I get hit with that, where, it'll be a late day of shooting and I'm in an airport and, a bunch of people are following me around and filming me, and I'm like, and you get those thoughts in your head where it's like, is this really the life I want?
Notice he doesn't stay in that thought. He catches himself mid-spiral on camera without editing it out afterward, and that catches the whole skill happening in real time.
And you start to be like, you kind of regret your decisions, but then you got to snap out of it, and you're like, okay, the small subset of time, yeah, it might be brutal, but for the most part, I'm doing dope stuff. I'm in the pyramids, I'm in the Roman Colosseum, I'm doing beautiful, amazing things, and I get to entertain and help people, and it's and you just have to, I think it's very important you're around people who if you have a group of people around you who, when you get in those negative thought loops, encourage it and help you spiral, then it's bad. But if you have people who are, in which, not everyone in my position has people who are, willing to tell them how it is, right? Who are just bro, grow up. Like, it's fine. You know, this will be done in 20 minutes and then, you know, your life's pretty good. Like,
MrBeast's answer wasn't more success. It was a decision he makes on purpose over and over every single day. Dwayne Johnson calls the same decision by a different name.
In October, sent home, and at that time, you know, I'd left University of Miami. The guys who I was playing with at that time, Ray Lewis, Warren Sapp, they were lighting the world on fire. Their dreams were coming true. They were buying their mom's houses. And when I got cut from Canada that season, that was when I had $7 in my pocket. So we've all had those moments in $7, with $7, having $7. But what I found, and as I got a little luckier down the road of life and was able to achieve a thing or two, I started to apply gratitude. And I was always trying to apply gratitude anyway. You know, I've always been that way, I think at my core, just trying to find the good in something. Because it's easy to get lost in the sludge of things, especially when things are down. So what I tried to do is try to keep all those times, the hard times, and keep them in the forefront of my mind.
Gratitude, then grit in that order, not the other way around. Michael Phelps needed both, and one more thing almost nobody talks about, knowing when to put the weight down for good.
I mean, ever since I opened up and started talking about it in 14, like, that's just kind of been the normal, right? Like, everything, like, this is just my everyday life.
And you've been a happier person.
100%. You know, like, I feel like I'm carrying less. Like, again, like, you'll always hear me talking about that, like, taking weights out of my backpack and feeling like my shoulders are higher. Like, I feel like that when I walk around. And for me, I never want to go back. I never ever want to feel that feeling of the gorilla walking around in your back everywhere you go.
And here's the payoff, and notice it's not what you think. None of these three found a way to make the pressure disappear. Nobody does. They found a way to out-practice it. MrBeast catches himself mid-spiral and deliberately reframes to what he's grateful for and surrounds himself with people who pull him out of it instead of feeding it. Dwayne Johnson keeps the hard times in the forefront of his mind on purpose, so the good times never go numb. Michael Phelps decided deliberately that he was done carrying a weight that was never actually his to carry. Write this down. None of that is a personality trait. It's a rep like any other. And here's the part that should actually bother you. You do it again tomorrow, whether you feel like it or not. And there is no version of this where it eventually becomes optional. That's the theory. Here's what actually living it looks like every single day for years.
Yeah, it's hard to even, I think you like, as humans, we like build the patterns and stuff. And I've been working so many hours every day for so long that it's like, like literally like ingrained in me that it's hard to ever really imagine a world where like it shuts off. Because you have to think, like, I started when I was 11. So basically now all I really do is just, you know, work, whether it's building companies or making content. And like another 10 years from now, that would be like essentially 20 years straight of like training my nervous system of like, this is what you do all day, every day, like constantly being war mode obsessed with it. So it's hard to envision a world where I could ever shut it off, but
20 years of the same discipline, and MrBeast still can't fully explain why he does it. Dwayne Johnson can, because for him, it isn't optional. It's the one thing that's his.
I've always been a weight room guy. I've loved that, but also training for me, it really truly is my anchor. I love to get up early in the morning, hopefully before the girls wake up, before the babies get up, before the sun comes up. And it helps me level out my day. I think about my day, and then I go train, get that sweat in. No, I train alone. You know, you listen to what you want to listen to as loud as you want to listen to it. I could challenge myself because, you know, it's that old adage that we all know, it's you versus you. And so training for me is my anchor, and I love training. And also it's just become my way of challenging myself every day. But also, I'll take
an anchor before sunrise. Michael Phelps took that same idea and removed every excuse to ever skip it.
Yeah, I think it was for my wisdom teeth and something else. It was a 5-year stretch where we didn't miss a single day.
I mean, maybe you're so ingrained to you, but from my perspective, that's such an unbelievable level of commitment and sacrifice.
I mean, yes, but also at the same time, like, there was no blueprint for me to do what I was trying to do, right? So we had to approach it in a completely different way. Nobody in the swimming world was swimming 7 days a week. But if you swim 7 days a week, well, excuse me, if you don't swim 7 days a week, when you take off Sunday, you're not back to where you were on Saturday until Tuesday. So I'm getting 2 days out of every single week, more than any of my competitors are.
Ask him if that ever hurt, if the pain ever piled up. His answer isn't what you'd expect, and it says more about him than 6 golds ever could.
Now, were there ever moments in that 5-year stretch where you felt like you were overtrained?
No, never. I mean, because we were so, like, we were just on top of everything. If I was sore, if I was like any kind of pain, had it checked up. no matter what.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I don't know. I wanted an opportunity. So for me, I didn't care about the sacrifices that I was making because I always thought, what if? What if I have the chance to do something great? That's all I wanted. I didn't care that I was missing out on a party or a dance or this or that or hanging out with my friends. Like, for me, again.
So let's stop being polite about it. None of these three treat discipline as a mood because a mood is something you wait to feel. MrBeast started at 11. 20 years in, he can't picture a life without the grind. That's not motivation anymore, that's identity. Dwayne Johnson wakes up before his own kids, so training happens before the day gets a vote. Phelps didn't miss a single day for 5 straight years. And when you ask him if he ever felt overtrained, he doesn't say sometimes. He says never. You already know why you don't have what they have. It's not talent, it's not luck. It's that you're still waiting to feel like it, and they stopped waiting years ago. A creator, a wrestler turned actor, and an Olympian, 3 men with nothing in common except this. The exact same private moment, the exact same real fix, and the exact same unglamorous discipline underneath all of it. Not more achievement, not more proof. A practice chosen on purpose, especially on the days it's hardest to choose, and then done again the next day, and the day after that, whether it feels good or not. If success hasn't made the weight go away for any of them, it isn't going to for you either. The fix was never getting big enough to outrun the pressure. It's building the one habit that lets you carry it anyway and showing up for it long after it stops feeling new. Follow for more real breakthrough moments from public figures in their own words. That's this whole channel.